Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about a rather seismic shift slash change at Disneyland, specifically the western half of the park, and that is the addition of Tiana from Princess and the Frog to New Orleans Square. The way I like to break it down is that we're getting it in three phases, as in three spots are getting the Tiana treatment. And I know that that's a lot for one character or movie, but it's New Orleans Square, so there's not much else intellectual property wise that Disney can actually put in there. And I know there's that argument where some people don't like them just shoehorning characters and movies into the parks. And I get that, but there's two sides of that argument, where there are people who would like to see their favorite characters come to life at the Disney parks as well. So back to those phases. Now, the first part of that phase So the first phase of the transition is already open, that being Eudora's Chic Boutique, which is a store located in New Orleans Square. Now, the second phase is where the French Market restaurant will be transformed into Tiana's Palace. And that'll begin soon. It shouldn't take very long. It's mostly a reskin, and I'll cover that. And then the third phase, the culmination or the highlight of it all, will be Tiana's Bayou Adventure, where Splash Mountain is being transformed into Tiana's very own ride. So that's what we're doing here today, is I'm going to break down each of these phases, what state they're in right now, and what they're going to look like in the end. But first, if you guys like this content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. So, that being said, let's go see what's going on over there. So we're here. Oh, wait, there's ducks. I love ducks. You will be seeing ducks in my videos a lot. They really are my favorite custodial cast members in the park. If you drop a pile of popcorn anywhere and they're nearby, that will be gone in a matter of seconds. So we're here in New Orleans Square, which is one of my favorite lands in Disneyland, if not my favorite. It's beautiful, it's well themed, and having been to New Orleans myself, that kind of makes me love it even more. So, phase one, Eudora's. Now, Eudora's opened back in September of 2022, and sits in the spot that used to be the Le Baton Rouge store and then was the dress shop for quite a while. It's over there on Royal Street, just past the Blue Bayou. And if you don't recognize the name, Eudora is Tiana's mother. So, which makes sense, so that it's not just Tiana's name everywhere in the land. But it is Tiana's own merchandise shop, just as, say, Pieces of Eight is the Pirates of the Caribbean shop and so on. What I like about this shop, though, is that they also sell a lot of general New Orleans merchandise, stuff that you'd find in gift shops in and around New Orleans, like the Café du Monde beignet mix and seafood-themed kitchenware and beignet merchandise as well. Now for phase two, we will go to what is currently the French Market restaurant. Now, the French Market restaurant will be closing on February 17th until later this year, when it will be reopened as Tiana's Palace. Now, here we see the concept artwork that Disney released for the restaurant. And like I said, they're not doing a whole lot. It's mainly a reskin. So it'll be some exterior work here and there, add the smokestacks, add the sign. But, even just that little bit will definitely spruce up the restaurant quite a bit. Jambalaya jazz guys are great, especially when you're just sitting there hanging around, eating, or taking in the sights. Just creates a nice ambiance in the area. I love it. So as far as told you there'd be ducks. As far as the interior goes, we did not get any concept art, which means they may not be doing any big changes, which I really hope they don't. It is just absolutely gorgeous in there. Look at that. I mean, I would argue that that is the best looking interior of any restaurant at Disneyland. So regarding the food, we don't know anything specific yet, but per the Disney release, the menu at Tiana's Palace will expand on many of the current favorites served in the location, explore seasonal flavors, and of course offer some New Orleans classics. which suggests to me that they're not changing too much. Probably just keeping the bestsellers and throwing in something new like Tiana's Gumbo, maybe. And don't you worry, all of you mint julep and beignet fans, the concept art does show the mint julep bar staying there. Now, I know all the beignets get all the love, but if you haven't tried those mint juleps, they are amazing. And now, last but not least, Phase 3 brings us over to Splash Mountain, which will be closing late March and then reopening late in 2024 as Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Now, I wouldn't count on that late 2024 opening just based on how long recent big projects like this have taken Disney, but we'll see. Now let's check out some of the concept artwork we've seen so far from Disney, including these two pictures, which got me pretty excited. That nighttime bayou scene with the fireflies and what it looks like to be some of the repurposed animatronics. It's going to look pretty awesome once it's all finished. And then here we see the scale model of the ride that was unveiled at the D23 Expo just last year. So what we know so far about the ride is that it does take place after the events of the movie, and we will be joined by characters like Prince Naveen, Louis, Mama Odie, and of course, Tiana. Another duck. Disney has also given us pretty much the whole story that surrounds the ride. And to summarize it, basically Tiana bought an old salt mine and has revived it and is now growing stuff like herbs and vegetables for her recipes. And she also has a line of hot sauces. And the plot seems to be that she's planning some big Mardi Gras party and then things go awry and then we help her from there. And while many online have pointed out that that story does sound rather boring, given how Disney... I actually lose my hat right here. There it is. But given how Disney does things, I would expect them to make it a lot more exciting and fun than the story may indicate. I was not happy about losing that hat. So there we are, guys. That's everything we know as of now about what Tiana's presence in Disneyland will look like. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited for regarding these additions, and also what other topics you'd like to see me cover. This is actually my first video on the channel, so I'm excited to hear what everyone thinks of it and to see how this channel grows. So I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a magical day.